episode, Jared over here. Today we have the weekly setup review of Monday Night Raw. They started the show off with Cody Rhodes coming out. Cody Rhodes came out pretty much talking about how he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, saying how he's got to finish his story. He started to get into how he's going to re-talk about the story because he hasn't talked about it in a while. And then Drew McIntyre's music hit. He was interrupted by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre comes out, goes face to face with Cody, and starts talking about how he needs to finish his story, but he respects Cody. Says, Cody, you should win the title, so you'd be the first Rhodes to hold that world title. He's like, you left the company, worked hard. I followed you, I did the same thing, and I came back. I became world champion. You should be the first ever world champion of the Rhodes family. He's like, but I'm going to finish my story first. And that was pretty much it. And then McIntyre left. And that was the promo, but I thought this was pretty interesting. They've been pushing a lot, talking about how Cody potentially could be the first person to win the Royal Rumble 2 years in a row since the late 90s. I think the last person who did that was Stone Cold. But it was a pretty good starting promo. Then Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano took on Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. It was a pretty decent match. But I really thought Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough were going to pick up the victory, but Tommaso Ciampa and oh my gosh, Johnny Gargano. Couldn't think of his name for a second. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa ended up picking up the victory. Very surprised. I thought Dominic and JD McDonough were going to cheat or something, but they did not. After that, the ring general Gunther returned. Luda Kaiser came out with them. They're in the ring. Gunther was saying how he's proud of him and everything for what he did last week, beating up Kofi Kingston. And then the New Day's music hits, and Xavier Woods shows up. He hasn't been on TV for a month. And he comes out and he goes, he's all pissed off, wanting revenge for Kofi. He's wants to fight Luda Kaiser right now. And Luda Kaiser's like, all right. And so they had a match. It was going pretty good, decent match. And then it was disqualified when Xavier Woods grabs the Michael Cole's chair. I think it was Michael Cole or it was Wade Barrett's chair. And starts beating the holy hell out of Luda Kaiser with it. And then Xavier went for a steel chair. Luda Kaiser took him out, put him on the steel steps like he was how he did to Kofi. He missed. Xavier took him out. Xavier took him out again. And then I think Luda Kaiser was, and then Xavier Woods' mouth was bleeding. Xavier ended up standing tall. And then backstage, Luda Kaiser attacked him again. So it's an interesting thing going on with the Imperium and the New Day. Bronson Reed had a quick promo backstage. And it was 5 seconds right before the show went to commercial. He says, there's a champion in WWE that I'll soon dethrone him, and that championship will be mine. Ivar took on Akira Tozawa. I thought this was going to be a squash match for Ivar to win, but they had Akira Tozawa pretty much steal the win. Quickly rolled him up and stuff. It was just goofy. They've been doing great with pushing Ivar, and now they had him lose to Akira Tozawa. That was dumb, but nothing in the world. Next up, Rhea Ripley came out. She was going to have a promo, talking about stuff, and then she was interrupted by Becky Lynch. I feel like this is the first time these two have gone face-to-face. Becky Lynch is saying now she's going to win the Royal Rumble, point to the WrestleMania sign, and I'm assuming this is hinting to WrestleMania 40. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. That'd be an awesome match. Next up was R-Truth and The Miz versus Damian Priest and Finn Balor, with Dominic Mysterio on ringside. Earlier in the show, Damian Priest told R-Truth do not tag in. And then R-Truth was handing everybody money. He came to the ring and dropped thousands of dollars in the ring, handing them to Finn Balor, to Dominic. It was just funny that the whole show he was handing out money because because the number one selling shirt was that R-Truth Judgment Day shirt. So they've been kind of joking around with that. But this match, R-Truth started off. There was nothing said that he couldn't start the match out. Then he tagged in Miz. He was not supposed to tag in again after that, but he ended up tagging in. And Damian's yelling at him, I told you not to tag in. He's shaking his head and grabs him, choke slams him, and then Finn Balor covers him. And Damian Priest looked like he was sad to do that to R-Truth. So it's interesting. Some of the Judgment Day likes R-Truth and some don't. So it's interesting how this is going. But I love the R-Truth stuff. It's just so freaking funny. And poor Miz, oh my God, Miz was so confused. Is R-Truth with him or he's not? It was pretty funny. Then the main event, it was Seth freaking Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. This match had some decent hype. It was kind of funny. But I honestly thought Damian Priest was going to cash in the mid-match. They were both laid out, and guess what? Well, Damian Priest came out early match. Set up, he gets up, right? He's thinking about it. He's looking at him at the Money in the Bank. And then freaking Drew McIntyre shows up. And is like, oh, I'm stopping you from this. And they start brawling. And they went backstage, and he let the Money in the Bank on the ground. And I'm like, come on, let the man freaking cash in the Money in the Bank. The Drew McIntyre stopping him from cashing is getting dumb now. It's how many times have he's done this now? It's just getting annoying. Either let him cash in or just let him fail cashing in and just let him do it finally. Well, then Jinder Mahal, kind of cheesy. He had his two guys, his two goons, I always forget their name, on the ringside. And distracted Seth Rollins. One distracted the ref, and Seth Rollins went after the other one, and the other one nailed him with the Money in the Bank, and then Jinder Mahal hit his finisher on him. I was like, no freaking way Jinder Mahal's gonna win the title. 1, 2. I was like, no. 2.9.5. I was like, okay. I was like, for a second, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? But nope. Seth Rollins ended up getting back up after he kicked out. Then Jinder Mahal's goons got kicked out from being on the ringside. And then Rollins hit the curve stomp. 1, 2, 3. He retains. He's going to hold it until WrestleMania because he's in the fight against CM Punk. It's like already set up and everything. And then I think he'll lose at WrestleMania to CM Punk. But overall, the show was decent. The main event, honestly, I thought it was going to be bad, Jinder Mahal. But Jinder Mahal actually did a really good job. So I liked the main event match. This match was pretty good. It's interesting what they're doing right now with the New Day and Imperium. And also, Cody, mid-show, was called out by CM Punk. CM Punk wants to go face-to-face next week with Cody Rhodes. That promo is going to be a banger. Can't wait for that. This is Jerry W. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'm going to give this show a solid 3.5 out of 5. And I'll see you guys in the next one.